Okay, question 5. So this is about cumulative frequency, and it's to do with 70 passengers on an airline, and for safety the crew practice the emergency exit procedures. Every 10 seconds the safety officer records the total number of passengers who have left the plane, and it's shown in the graph below. Make note of how many passengers were on board, okay, or who were part of the experiment, because that is the top value on your cumulative frequency, not the top number. Even though it is this time, just be careful with that. So the first question, so part A, is estimate the median time taken by the passengers to leave the plane. So we need to, if I can find my ruler, we need to read across. So the median is at halfway, so it's at 35. So we read across from 35. You have to be very precise because these graphs are drawn for you. And we read down. So our answer is 45 seconds. So part B, how many passengers took more than 50 seconds to leave the plane? Circle your answer. So we look at our graph. We read up from 50 seconds and it tells us that that's 40 passengers. Now there were 70 altogether, so it's above the 40 because we want to know how many people it took more than 50 seconds. So that means the answer is 30. The last part. Cambria Airlines has a policy that states the following. In the event of an emergency exit procedure, at least 90% of the passengers must have left the plane within 1 minute. Did the practice emergency exit procedure meet the requirements? Well, let's actually work out what 90% of 70 is. So 90% of 70, I would work out 10% of 70, which is 7. And you can just take that away. If you take 10% from 100%, which is the 70, so it leaves me with 63 passengers. So that's their target. We have to use the graph now to see if they have met that target. So we're looking at a minute. So if we read up from a minute, that's up to there. If we read across, that takes us to here, which is 65. So looking at the graph, they've managed to within the minute get 65 passengers off. So did they meet their requirements? Yes, because the graph shows at 60 seconds, 65 passengers left the plane. You could probably put there, and we know that only 63 were needed, but that would be enough to get your 4 marks.